All right, hey, it's Bob and welcome back to my house. So last week we finished getting our floor installed, just about at least, and we kind of transitioned back into doing blocks up here. This week, now that we've got our blocks a little over 18 inches high, we're putting in our outlets, the outlets that run around the base of the room. We're putting in the boxes for those, the conduit for those, and we're getting ready to do another layer of foam on top of them. We're also going to be building a couple of deck-like platforms in my garage, one for the door entering the garage from the house, another for the door going out of the garage into my backyard. Those should take a few days, but in the meantime, I've got Alex and Zion here to be working on the Lincoln blocks while I'm working on those. All right, so I'm just marking out, this is called like a mud ring. So in the building code, you can't have space between like the outlet box and the base of the wall if there is combustibles between it. So we couldn't just drill a hole in the wall and put this behind it. We have to use a mud ring that adds the metal non-flammable barrier between the wiring and the exposed connectors on our switches or whatever we're using. And the wood. So we have to cut in a space for these mud rings. It's a little bit different than when you're working with gypsum or sheetrock. We have to use these big extended mud rings, cut them into the wall, install conduit. We have to do all of this before we continue working, building layers up. If we were to just keep building, fill it up with foam, there'd be no room to get our electrical actually in the wall. So with Lincoln blocks, you kind of have to periodically slow down and do work like this as you're putting the wall up, instead of coming back and doing it all at the end of the project or at the end of the structure building project like you would with traditional frames. So I hang on to these because they're kind of the perfect spacer to put behind the box. Once we get it into the wall, they hold it right up against this back face here. It's pretty much perfect. I'm not going to throw this in the wall yet. We have to wait till we pull our conduit, our flexible conduit up through here, get it installed on here. We pull the conduit back down and slide the electrical box in there, but for now we're just going to leave the hole here until we get the conduit in place.
Every single one of these that you marked out, correct?
Yeah.
That's good. Okay.
Yep. Perfect. Huh?
I had to like give him a little hug there.
That's all right.
A little awkward.
It's not awkward.
Is it actually braced?
Okay, so it's pretty dang close. If we take and we like hammer shims into that, I think it would be perfect.
What were you saying? I was saying, what if you were like, hey, no, if I was just fucking jacked? I should be like,
I mean, from what I understand,
I mean, I gotta like.
my body.
Observe the bubble. Screw when you get.
Yeah.
Hurry. Okay, we could probably work with that if we just shim the back.
Oh yeah, I had the stick off a little bit. It's better than it looked.
Oh, that's actually pretty much perfect.
Yeah.
And you want to get it like all the way into the bottom. Let it expand up.
Makes sense.
If there are like things overhanging or flat stuff, try and shoot under them and make sure that if there's any like pockets, you fill them all.
Mm-hmm.
Once it has like a minute to set up, you can come back, add a little more on top. Try not to... Yep.
Right. Did you crank these all the way over?
They are.
Good. We're getting kind of low, so I just want to make sure you're not like spraying reactant into the wall.
Yeah, that's really bad. We've learned the hard way.
That sounds like it's done to me.
It's still reacting actually pretty good.
All right,
But it's low.
yeah, we're really low.
So if this color starts to change and it gets really liquidy fast, if it starts to turn yellow, stop immediately.
Good enough.
So today, one of the things we're working on is finishing up a platform here. So this is in the sort of the back corner of my garage. It's going to serve as the first step of our stairs, but also the platform that goes out of our back door here. We have to cut these courses off, but it'll be a nice transition to out back. I didn't want to put it down. I didn't want the door to be down at ground level because I have anchors in here that are holding the Lincoln blocks down to the ground. You can't see them anymore because they're underneath the foam, but they're in the first course and they're holding the Lincoln blocks down. So I can't really make my door go all the way to the ground. Otherwise I'd start interacting with those bolts in there. So I have to build this platform just to raise up my floor, or where the floor is interacting with the door here. And then we're gonna have a set of stairs going up, and we're gonna build a similar platform just a whole lot higher in this area here. I'm working on this right now because it really has become a huge pain to just bring all of our materials up a ladder every time we come in and out of the building. This ladder is not particularly nice. It wobbles under your feet. I don't want to do it anymore, so we're building stairs to go up there so we never have to think about the ladder again. We close it up as much as possible, but if there's a little bit of a gap, we just take note of that and then you nail here instead of here. Blade. So right now we just finished making our first stringer. Instead of putting steps all the way to the top and having a tread that is at the same height as here, this platform is our top step. So our last step on the actual stairs is right here. We just cut this stringer out. We're gonna use it as a template for the rest of them. We're doing 4 stringers on this set of stairs here, which might be a little overkill, but we're gonna end up with nice, stiff, sturdy stairs, which I like. We thought we kind of messed up how this was cut, but turns out it's actually pretty much perfect, which is nice. Well, when we were cutting these, the rise and the runs into the stringer here, You can't run the saw all the way to the edge to cut it off, just because it's a round saw blade, and if you did, you'd get big lines past where you wanted to cut. So we have to finish the cut with a jigsaw, and the jigsaw is not the same width as the saw on the circular saw. So we have these bumps here, both on the rise and the run towards the corners. And I'm just filing those bumps that are left over from the jigsaw out of the stringer, so that when we use this stringer as a guide for the others, we don't build in these little bumps and stuff that we don't want. Okay. That one's perfect. Nearly.
Subscribe or your house will fall down.